some of the winners and losers in terms of pop culture and politics. And since that all merges in the here and now in this information age,
let's talk about it. So biggest loser, biggest political blunder that you can remember from 2014.
Well, ironically, the biggest blunder, the jury is still out on whether or not it will prove to be a political loser. And that has to be, ironically, he is now characterized as the Republican frontrunner, former Florida Governor Jeb Bush, when appearing at the Bush Library. And I'm sorry, I couldn't remember if it was the library for Bush 41. I believe it was the library at A&M, as opposed to the library at SMU for Bush 43. But Jeb Bush, son of one president, brother to another, called illegal immigration, quote, an act of love. And I believe that will redound to his political peril in the coming years. So that's the big one for me. What's important now is we've got the official word. Our pal Tim Graham is with us. He's the director of media analysis, the Media Research Center. And Tim, I believe you've got some info for us on winners and losers in terms of pop culture. Let's start with those losers. Who were some of this year's losers?
Well, the one we're celebrating today is the what we call the Barbra Streisand Award for Celebrity Vapidity. And the winner of that was really obvious. It was Gwyneth Paltrow, who had a fundraiser with President Obama and went on an extended Valentine letter to the point where she said she couldn't speak properly in his presence.
And you also put Barbara Walters on your list. Why so?
Well, yeah, she made the list twice. You know, despite the fact that she was retiring in May, she both had Hillary Clinton on the show, on her last show, and went on an extended thing of praise of how fascinating she was. Is that, you know, Barbara Walters had that most fascinating special of Most Fascinating People special, and she named Hillary to it like 4 times. And she went on this bender about how fascinating she's always found her and what a personal friend she is and what an inspiration and so on and so forth. And also then in March of this year, she did sort of the same thing when she had Anita Hill on The View and talked about how much everybody rooted for Anita Hill, making her unsubstantiated charges of sexual harassment by Clarence Thomas when he was being named to the Supreme Court.
Tim, about a minute left in this segment, though you've graciously consented to stay with us on the other side of the break. But just in this minute, Hollywood and its political and cultural power, is it waning? And is part of that due to the Sony hacker situation? 40 seconds to respond, sir.
It might seem like it's waning after that Sony thing. Certainly it looks like it's waning if you looked at the election results in 2014. You know, rock the vote and all the things that celebrities did to try to get Democrats elected this year. I think obviously they would try to argue they still have enormous cultural power if you look at, for example, the state of so-called gay marriage in the United States, how dramatic Hollywood's power has been in that culture shift. So it depends on which part of the culture you're looking at, I suppose. But I think you can never discount Hollywood's power.
Fair enough. When we come back, we will talk about those who were winners, culturally speaking. More with Tim Graham after this.